welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a drugstore makeup look for you guys. I asked on my Instagram whether you guys would want to see a drugstore makeup look or a bronzy makeup look first. So most people voted for the drugstore makeup look. So everything that I'm going to be using today is $10 or less, and you'll be able to find it at a drugstore, including Ulta's drugstore section. So a lot of items that I actually got it at their little drugstore section. So everything is going to be super affordable. If you guys are interested in any of the items, we're going to go ahead and get started. So if you guys are interested in seeing this drugstore makeup look, then please keep watching. Okay, so my headband is on. I'm ready to go. We're going to go ahead and jump into the eyeshadows. The eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be using today is this one right here. This is the Makeup Revolution Forever Flawless Namaste with Cannabis Sativa. It has 18 shades. It's really, really pretty. I found it on Ulta's website and then I went in store and picked it up. It has so many pretty shades. I kind of wanted something that was like fall vibes without super like crazy colors, and something that I can use whether it's a neutral look or kind of like a more colorful look. So there's so many pretty shades in here, and it has like 3 pressed glitters, which are so pretty. I actually tried to film this video yesterday and I used this shade right here. This is called Mantra. I used this one on my lid and it just got like everywhere. Like it got a little bit too crazy. Like I wanted to keep it on the lid, but then it was like in the outer corner and my crease, and it was just a little bit too much. So I don't think I'm going to be using that today. I don't know. I feel like this pressed glitter is really pretty, but it's very thick. Like the glitters are thick and they're not super fine. So I guess it kind of like went everywhere. And I don't know all the prices off the top of my head. So I'm going to put it either like in this corner or this corner, the prices of all the products that I use. You know, I don't have it memorized, but you guys will see the price. Everything is $10 or less. So we're just gonna jump right in. So of course, to prime my eyelids, I'm gonna take my concealer. This is the PhotoFocus Concealer from Wet n Wild. And I already did my eyebrows. The only thing that wasn't drugstore was my eyebrow products. So I used the Milk Makeup Cush Fiber Brow Gel. So I used that to set my brows. But before that, I used my Trestique Mini Brow Pencil. I don't know if Trestique is a drugstore brand. I've never heard of Trestique before. I got both of those in my, I think it was my August BoxyCharm box. I know Milk Makeup is not a drugstore brand, but I don't know about Trestique. I don't think they are. I've never seen it. So those are the only things that I used that were not drugstore. What I'm gonna do, like I always do, not always, but what I've been doing lately is doing one eye on camera and doing the other eye off camera, just to save a little bit of time. So like I've said before, if you guys didn't know, my camera overheats. So I have like sometimes a max of 15 minutes that I can film, and then I have to turn it off and let it cool down. So I'm gonna be doing that today, but we're gonna go ahead and jump right in. So taking the palette, I'm gonna use the shade Harmony, which is this shade right here. That's gonna be my crease shade. It's kind of like a purpley mauve-y tone. It's really, really pretty. So I'm gonna place that in my crease. And I love how this palette has a nice big mirror, because you guys know I love eyeshadow palettes that have a mirror like that, and it's a big mirror too. It's really nice. It's a good sturdy palette, so I'm excited to use it. So I'm just going to be placing that in my crease. It's definitely pigmented. I feel like I picked up a little bit too much, but it's super blendable, so I'm just going to keep blending until it like diffuses a little bit, but you do not need a lot of like shadow to achieve the look. I'm going to bring it into the outer corner as well, just whatever's left on the brush. This color is so pretty. So for the lid, I'm taking this shade right here. This is the shade Peace. It's like a purpley shimmer shade. I'm going to take that with my finger and place it all over my lid. It does give like a little bit of red tones to it. If this camera is gonna focus, not on me, on my finger, there we go. I'm going to place that on my lid. I'm loving the tones of this look. I look crazy with like this fallout, but this is really, really pretty. I love this palette so far. It's so pretty. I'm gonna add a little bit of this shade. This is the shade Yin. It's like a darker, deeper purple. I'm gonna add that just a little bit in the outer corner, just to kind of deepen it up a little bit, but not too much. I'm just using a really light hand when I'm doing this and picking up a little bit of product at a time. I'm just going to bring that into the crease a little bit. Going back in with the shade Harmony, I'm just going to add a little bit more to my crease. Just kind of blend everything together. I'm taking this corner shade right here. This is the shade Light. I'm going to be placing that under my brow. I'm going to go ahead and just highlight my brow bone using that. And whatever's left on the brush that had Harmony, I'm just going to go super lightly just to blend, you know, everything together. I'm going to clean up a little bit of this fallout. I definitely want to put a nice bright color in the inner corner to make it pop. So I'm going to just clean this up. I'm going to take light again and put it in the inner corner just to make it, you know, really pop. With an angled detail brush, I'm taking Peace, and I'm just going to perfect that on the lid. I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye off camera, and then I'll come back and do liner, lashes, and mascara, so I'll be right back. So now both eyes are done. I'm going to go ahead and use some mascara. And the mascara that I picked up was the Milani Highly Rated Mascara. I used this in my last video and I was really pleasantly surprised by this mascara. It's really, really good. I didn't think it was going to be that good. I just didn't know why. I've never heard of it before. So I didn't know what to expect, but it's really, really good. It doesn't clump my lashes like at all. Like at all. It's really, really good. I'm just going to apply a thin coat because I am going to put some false lashes. But definitely if I just use like a lot of this mascara, it's going to look like I'm wearing false lashes. Like it makes them so long and like wispy. It's really, really pretty. I'm going to tightline and line my waterline using my e.l.f. No Budge Retractable Liner. I use this in like every single video. It's just the pencil liner that I use. So I'm going to go ahead and just use that before I do my false lashes. For lashes, I'm using the Ardell Studio Wispies. They look like this. I know that one's kind of fallen off, but this is what they look like. I first tried these in my last video. I've never tried them before, and I really, really like them. They're really good. They're really easy to apply. I like how the band is really thin, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. And I'm also going to use it with my Duo lash glue. Just basic lash glue from the drugstore. The lash glue that I use, it turns dark. So Duo has different types. So it has like a clear, it has a white that turns to clear, and then it has this one that's just a dark tone adhesive. Just because it gets everywhere for me. Like sometimes the glue just goes any way that it wants to. So I like to make sure that it's just like, you know, it kind of mimics the effect of liner. So if you guys see any glue that's like kind of out of whack, it's just gonna turn dark, so it doesn't really matter too much. But this lash is on, looking good. Before I put lashes on, I like to make sure that they like bend a little bit just so they have a curvier shape, because I have a round eyelid and sometimes lashes can come a little bit too straight and then it won't properly like sit on my eye or your eye or whatever. So I just like to bend it a little bit, and if you hold it in this position for a little bit and I kind of just wiggle it back and forth, it gets to the shape that I want. I feel like this lash got a little bit crazy when it came to the glue, but like I said, it's gonna turn dark anyway, so we're just gonna ignore it for now. I just like to let it sit and like really adhere to my eyelid, and then I'm gonna put some eyeliner on top of it anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. While this eye is drying, I'm gonna go ahead and just apply some mascara to the other eye to blend my natural lashes and my false lashes just a little bit. I like going from the root just to make sure they're nice and blended. While this eye is drying, I'm also going to go ahead and just put a little bit of liner on top just to hide the band a little bit. So I'm going to use my NYX Epic Ink Eyeliner. I'm just going to shake it up and then just make like a thin line right on top of the lash band. I feel like I need to get very close for this, so excuse me for 1 second. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to the other eye. I'm going to add some mascara and liner, and then we're going to move on to the face. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the face makeup, and to prime my face, I'm taking this e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I have seen so much about this primer, and I've never used it. I think it's like super highly rated and popular, and a lot of people like it, so I was like, why not? I'm going to try it out today. I'm not used to primers like this. Like, it is a putty. I'm not really sure what to expect. I think you just pick it up and then rub it on your face. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna like it. I don't know, but we're gonna find out. So I guess I'm just gonna, I just don't like doing stuff like this with my hands. Like, it kind of freaks me out. Oh, okay, let's see. Oh, it's a very weird consistency. I don't know if I like it. I just don't like putting stuff on with my fingers. Like, it's just, oh, I don't know, it just grosses me out. I'm just gonna put this all over my skin. It does feel nice on the skin though. Like, it's super hydrating and gives a little bit of a glow, and it melts really nicely into the skin. So that's a plus. Like, you don't have to like rub forever, you know? It's very weird consistency. Like, I don't know, I would have never guessed like this would be a primer, but we will see what it looks like with foundation. So the foundation that I chose was the Milani Conceal Perfect 2-in-1. It's a foundation and concealer mixed in one. I got the shade 02, which is natural. I'm not sure if that's my color. I don't know. I feel like matching foundations is just so hard, like for no reason. So we're gonna find out and see if this is my color. I've heard a lot about this as well. I've also heard that it's really like good, highly rated. So I kind of, you know, trust it, but we're gonna see what it looks like. Hopefully the shade matches. So let's see. Here's what the shade looks like. I feel like that should be okay. I'm gonna use my Real Techniques sponge. This foundation looks so good. I'm kind of shook right now, like this, and even getting up close, it's so like dewy and hydrating. It feels so nice on the skin, and a little bit goes a really long way. Like, it really looks like my skin, but better. Okay, I had to stop filming because the garbage people came making hella noise. I just can't catch a break. But like I was saying, this foundation is like I'm shook. It looks so good. I had to stop for like 5-10 minutes, and it just sinks into my skin, and it literally looks like skin. Like, I just can't believe it. Like, I hate cakey foundations, and this looks so good. And I actually like the pump on this. I know that's kind of weird, but my e.l.f. Flawless Finish foundation, the pump has always been a little bit too hard. So when I don't want a lot of foundation is gonna come out anyway, and it's such a waste. But this one, I can really like pump it just a tiny bit and go like little by little, which I like. I think I got the right shade. I know I look freaking pale as hell in the camera. We're gonna, you know, bronze and blush it up and highlight and all that stuff, so I'm gonna look more normal, but I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of, you know, my first impression on this foundation, which is great. This might be my new go-to foundation, so if you guys, you know, see this in all my videos from here on out, it is what it is. Okay, so for concealer, I'm just gonna take the same Wet n Wild concealer that I used on my eyes. So I'm just gonna go ahead, put that underneath my eyes and a little bit around my nose. I'm gonna add a little bit to my chin and my forehead just to give a little bit of a highlight effect, but I'm just taking whatever's left on my sponge. To set my concealer, I'm taking the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette in the shade Dulce de Leche. I haven't used it in a while, so I'm just gonna go ahead and... Is this the brush that I use? Yes. I don't know. Today is just... I'm gonna put a little bit on my face as well. I'm usually somebody who doesn't set my face, but I feel like my bronzer looks better when I do set my face. I don't know. I used to not set my face because of the bronzer, and then now I'm back to setting my face. For bronzer, I picked up this Makeup Revolution Mega Bronzer in the shade 2, which is warm. This bronzer is ginormous. There is a reason why it's called Mega Bronzer. Like, this bronzer is just huge, but it looks really, really nice. I hope this shade works with my skin. Again, we're gonna see, but you know, it is a drugstore makeup look and I did want to try it, so I'm gonna pick it up a little bit. A lot comes off, so you have to be really careful. I'm gonna see what this looks like on my skin. It definitely is a nice color. I feel like it's a little bit orangey. I'm not really sure. I feel like in the camera it's a lot more orangey, and in person it's like a little bit, maybe like a slight tint. It's not too bad, but I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna have to keep using it and then see. Maybe it's just like my first impression and it looks a little bit orangey, but then maybe when it settles it won't. I don't know. But it looks good. I mean, it blends nicely. It's just a lot comes off, so you have to be really careful. I feel like it looks pretty good. I feel like my initial thought was that it was orangey, but I feel like now it's not as orangey. I don't know. Can that happen with a bronzer? Can it turn not orangey from orangey? I don't know. I don't know if you can tell in the camera, but it looks a little bit patchy. I don't know if I'm a fan of this bronzer, honestly. Unless it doesn't work with the powder or the foundation. I don't know what it is, but I don't know if I'm feeling this bronzer, honestly. So lucky for me, the garbage people came back and decided to stay. So voiceover it is for the rest of this video. But anyways, we're going to move on. So for blush, I'm using this Colourpop Blush Stix. I don't remember the shade name off the top of my head, but everything will be linked down below in case you guys are interested. So if you are, go check there. But I really like this blush. It's really nice, blends super easy. I really like it. I mean, for only $8, it's a great price. It's a really pretty like melon pink shade. It's super nice. For highlight, I'm taking the Wet n Wild I'm So Lit Loose Highlight. I'm going to spray my face first just so I get the full intensity of the highlight. Then I'm going to go ahead and apply it to my cheekbones. It is so bright and intense. I love it. It's so pretty. And the packaging is really big. So it's a big loose highlight. It'll definitely last a long time. So for the price, it's great. It's really worth it. For lip liner, I'm taking this one right here from e.l.f. in the Retro Paradise collection. Again, I don't remember the name, but it did come in a pack of 4 liners and 1 gloss for $10. And I'm actually going to use the gloss later on in the video. So I'm just going to go ahead and line my lips with that. Next, I'm taking this all natural lip liner from Milani, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend it into the previous lip liner. I'm going to be using this to fill in my lips before I go ahead and put some lip gloss on. So I'm using this e.l.f. Retro Paradise lip gloss. It's really pretty, but when I put it on, I can feel like the chunks of glitter, and I just did not like it at all. It looks really nice on the lips, but I don't know, something about it I just did not like. I don't like feeling that chunky glitter on my lips, and I thought that was very strange. To set my face, I'm taking my Wet n Wild PhotoFocus Coconut 3-in-1 Primer Water, and then once the setting spray is on, this look is complete. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really liked all the products that I picked out for this drugstore makeup look, except for that Mega Bronzer. I just wasn't into it. It was a little bit too patchy, but everything else I like. If you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.